Hi, I'm Sarah, and there's actually what? Sorry, my dog's just talking. What? Say hi. Okay, you can go down now. Okay, anyways, so what I wanted to talk about is just words, like words in general, bullying kind of thing. Stop scratching yourself. Making a video. Shut up. But people seem to think that words don't hurt as much as hitting people, like just physical versus emotional. Like, damn, I didn't think this through. I have something written down. Like, I wrote down how I felt, whatever. I'm kind of like based on that, but I did not realize how I was gonna start this off. So I feel like I should just start reading this. But okay, yeah. I'm not sure if any of you are aware of this, but words hurt a lot, like more than anybody could ever imagine. To some people, it hurts more emotionally than it does physically. And to be honest with you, um, I kind of agree with that statement because when it comes down to problems I faced myself, um, I've gone through a lot of verbal abuse. Um, I've gone through a lot of verbal abuse in my life. Like in grade eight, all these people decided it would be great if they ganged up on me during my grade eight graduation, and all of a sudden it became this huge thing where I only had my best friend and all my other best friends plus other people that I hung out with. They all just like they all hated me, like anyways, it was just this huge thing and it completely made a huge impact on my life. Like I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal. I was like, you know what? Like I have my best friend. It's okay. But once they actually start texting you, like waking up to so many text messages that day and just opening them and list of words that I can't even explain. Like there were so many words that just made me feel like shit. And then so I've been called a cunt, I've been called a bitch, I've been called a whore, I've been called ugly, I've been called a slut, I've been called immature, and I've been called fake. And you know what? To be honest, yes, I have been a bitch. But there comes to a point in life where, especially a teenage girl's life, when you have to stand up for yourself. You have to be a bitch because like sometimes people don't like stand up for other people, especially when, they already have stuff going on and they don't need to get involved, which I completely understand. You don't need to get involved in other people's stuff. But if you see somebody that's just so helpless, like sitting there, like don't be afraid to just open your mouth and say like, what you're doing is wrong. Because sorry if I sound stupid, by the way. I'm sick and I just realized I sound like retarded. But um just open your mouth. Like don't be afraid to say what you're doing is really wrong and like you should really think about what you're saying. It's not a problem. Um Also, I have to disagree with the fact that I am not a whore, I am not a cunt, and I'm not a slut. I have been in since the 16 years that I've been on this earth, I've been in three relationships, and I have done sexual things with one. And that guy, as stupid as it is to say it, like I know I'm 16, there's still plenty of years for me to go to find someone, but there's always that one high school relationship that you have that's your first love kind of thing. And with this guy, I had it. Like I never pictured myself being the type of person where I did stuff with guys. In fact, I was not comfortable with it whatsoever. And just like I only did sexual things with him, like I know I'm still a virgin. I actually don't believe in doing that until I find, the right guy, like somebody that I can actually trust that with. Because taking your virginity is actually a big thing, but some people it's not, which I understand. I'm not judging you for your had sex. Seriously, I'm just saying I haven't done it yet. Did other things with him, and it took me 7 months to do stuff with him, and we dated for 9. So, it was a big step for me to, show somebody else my body. Like, I'm not even, like, I could go upstairs and change right now, and I am not comfortable in my own room changing. I'm not comfortable walking around my house naked if nobody is here. Like, that's just not me. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not saying I have a problem with my body, like I'm skinny, but I'm just not comfortable with it. Another thing I disagree with is being called fake. I might be extremely stupid at points and immature. I might be goofing off with my best friend, and I might be in a really good mood. But that's just different. And I'm not. I'm not fake. Like, I stay true to myself. I know who I am, and like, it really bugs me when people act like they know who I am, because more than half the time people think I'm this super outgoing and positive person when really I'm just faking a smile more than half the time because of stuff I'm going through right now. But what really bothers me is how people could do these things, like how people could bring themselves to a point where they have to make other people feel like shit. I mean, make them, like, some people actually go home and they can cry for hours and hours on end, and that will be their night. Like, they'll go to school the next day like perfectly fine, but then that day after they'll just go home and they'll cry for hours and then go to sleep and then just wake up, do the same thing. But then there's other people that will actually, like, physically hurt themselves. Like, they will cut, they will, pop pills. They'll think they'll make them feel better. They'll commit suicide, And those are the things that people don't understand, is that they will never admit to you that, something that they have done or that you have done has affected their life to a point where they have to physically hurt themselves. And people just, they need to understand that people are actually hurting themselves and killing themselves because of this. And it just really bugs me, and it's really getting to me. And if, like, in the end, like, does it really make you feel any better about yourself? Like, if you actually think you're accomplishing something from this, and you're actually happy and satisfied with the fact that you're hurting somebody else, then you are just an extremely sick person in my eyes. I mean, maybe in somebody else's eyes, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. But to me, it really gets to me. And actually, I feel guilty because more than half the time, I feel like I'm being a bystander. Most of the time, I will open my mouth. But some things I just can't control. And it really gets to me. All right. Um, sorry. What else did I write down? Oh, yeah, the fact that I already have insecurity problems, especially after all the abuse that I've had so far, the 16 years that I've been alive, and all the drama I've been through and all the problems, it's just, it just really gets to me. And, like, what I do know is that I do have things that make me unique from other people, like, people tell me that I have really big eyes. I used to think that was a really bad thing. And now I think it's awesome because I actually really like my eyes. It's probably the best thing I like about myself right now is my eyes, and the fact that I literally laugh at everything. Like, you could say grape. I don't know where that came from, but I'm just saying you can say grape and I can start laughing. Like, you could say anything and I'll just laugh at it because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm really bubbly and I'm really giggly. But also, I have things about myself that other people could consider beautiful. Sure, I may not feel like it every day. Like, actually, most of the time I feel like crap. But one day there will be someone who thinks I am extremely beautiful for who I am. And there will be a person who will come up to me and think that every single one of the flaws that I think I have aren't flaws at all. And a lot of people seem to forget that, we were all put on this earth for a certain reason. We were put on this earth to stand out. We were put on this earth to be ourselves. That's why we are who we are, is because we aren't meant to be somebody else. We can't just pretend to be somebody that we're not. Not to fit in with everybody else, and certainly not, sorry, no, stuffed up. Certainly not to stand above others. Society is actually really disgusting with that nowadays, and just with those kind of things, like, society has made us believe that we have to be curvy, we have to be super tan, we have to go to parties and drink all the time. We have to look like the Victoria's Secret models, and we have to be put in certain groups, and we have to have certain things to you know be somebody. And actually, like, it feels like you have to be pretty just because, or just to, like, stand out. But you don't have to. Like, what really makes me angry is the fact that people are starting to put extremely slim and skinny girls on the covers of magazines. I'm gonna be honest, I'm only 90 pounds right now. I'm 16 years old and I'm 5'2". For me, that's not okay. Like, I don't, like, if you are and you're comfortable with that, that's fine. But for me, I would like to be, a little bit thicker because a lot of guys like thicker girls. I'm not saying I want to be thicker because guys like them, but I would like to be thicker than I am now. And, like, you don't have to be skinny to be beautiful. And people think you have to be. But look at Demi Lovato. She used to be super skinny. In fact, like a lot skinnier than she is now. She was doing drugs. She was drinking. She was going through a bunch of things. She cut. She was hurting herself because of the things that other people are saying. And look at her now. She got out of rehab. She got bigger. She got to the weight that she wanted to be, and she is so beautiful. And another person actually is Adele. Like, she's bigger, but she has an incredible voice, and she, you know, she has a pretty much an awesome personality too, and she does not take other shit from other people because she knows who she is and she believes in herself. And she's just honestly such a beautiful person. In fact, she's actually one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. And the point that I'm just trying to come across this video is probably like 10 minutes long now, 20 minutes. I don't even know. I'm not keeping track. But just what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to take other people's crap. Like, you're perfect just the way you are. And I seriously mean that from the bottom of my heart. I have been through so much. Like, you don't even understand. I've been through a lot, a lot, a lot. And you're not alone. Like, you have me. If you really have to talk to somebody and you seriously think you're alone, like your parents, if you think they're not listening to you, your friends, just people at school, you're like, go see a guidance counselor. Talk to me, message me on YouTube or something. Maybe I'll put like my Tumblr and my little bottom thing down here, whatever. I'll put it down there or something. Like, if you want to talk to me, talk to me. I'm here. Like, my ears are open. I'll talk to you. I'll listen. And I'll give you advice. I will honestly help you as much as I possibly can. And just know that you don't have to fight through anything alone. And I seriously mean that. Like, other people are willing to help, not just me. You aren't alone. And you're beautiful no matter what. So keep smiling. Talk to somebody about your problems. Just be you.